Imagine a world where rejection, that sting we all know so well, isn't a stop sign, but a blinking green light urging you forward. It's a world where the word no doesn't deflate your spirit, but inflates your determination. A world where a door slammed in your face isn't a personal attack, but a cosmic redirection towards an even better opportunity. The late nights, the endless revisions, the heartfelt presentations, only to be met with a polite no, or worse, deafening silence. We've all been there. It's the universal human experience, the unwanted guest at the banquet of ambition. But what if I told you that the very thing you dread, the feeling you actively avoid, could be the secret ingredient to unlocking your true potential? What if rejection, properly understood and skillfully navigated, could become your most potent ally? This isn't about some new age affirmation or toxic positivity, brushing aside genuine disappointment with a forced smile and empty platitudes. This is about a fundamental shift in perspective, a rewiring of your brain to see rejection not as a reflection of your worth, but as a data point, a course correction, a stepping stone on the path to your ultimate goals. This journey starts with acknowledging the pain. Let's be honest, rejection hurts. It stings, it bruises the ego, it can leave you questioning your abilities and your very purpose. Denying this pain is counterproductive. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Eventually, it will explode to the surface, often in unexpected and unwelcome ways. Instead of suppressing the pain, we need to acknowledge it, examine it, and then, crucially, reframe it. Ask yourself, what is this rejection actually telling me? Is it a sign that my approach needs tweaking? Is it pointing me towards a different path altogether? Is it simply a matter of timing, of being in the wrong place at the wrong time? The answers to these questions, gleaned from honest self-reflection, are invaluable. They provide the raw material for growth, the fuel for reinvention. We are constantly being pushed and pulled by external forces beyond our control. Instead of fighting against these forces, we must learn to work with them, to harness their energy and channel it towards our own goals. This is the essence of resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, not merely intact, but stronger and more determined than before. We will explore 13 profound lessons, inspired by the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and adapted for the modern world, designed to help you transform rejection from a crippling blow into a springboard for success. These aren't just abstract theories, they're actionable strategies, grounded in real-life experiences and backed by psychological research. Each lesson will build upon the previous one, creating a cohesive framework for navigating the inevitable storms of life with grace, courage, and unwavering self-belief. And above all, it's about remembering that your value isn't determined by external validation. It's determined by your own intrinsic worth, your commitment to your goals, and your unwavering belief in your own potential. Rejection is a universal experience. It's not a matter of if you'll face it, but when. The difference between those who are crushed by rejection and those who thrive in spite of it lies in their mindset and their approach. This is a journey of empowerment, a quest to reclaim your agency and transform rejection from a source of fear into a source of strength. So, buckle up and let's begin, poised to turn rejections into our most triumphant victories. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. And sometimes, the greatest opportunities are born from the ashes of disappointment. Imagine walking into a crowded room, your heart filled with anticipation, only to be met with a wall of indifference. People glance at you briefly, then turn away, their conversations continuing uninterrupted. You feel invisible, insignificant, as if you don't matter. This is the sting of being disregarded, the feeling of being deemed unworthy of someone's time and attention. It's a particularly painful form of rejection because it strikes at the core of our human need for connection and belonging. But, it's an opportunity to solidify your identity, values and goals. The key here is not to shrink in response, to internalize their indifference as a reflection of your own inadequacy. Instead, you must rise above it, to elevate your self-worth above the opinions of those who choose to ignore you. This isn't about being arrogant or dismissive, but about recognizing that your value isn't contingent upon someone else's validation. It's about understanding that their indifference is their problem, not yours. It's a statement of fact, not an evaluation of your worth. This isn't to say that you should become completely detached from the world around you, indifferent to the opinions of everyone you meet. Feedback is essential for growth. Seek out mentors, trusted friends, and constructive critics who can provide valuable insights and help you improve. But learn to distinguish between genuine feedback and simple indifference, between constructive criticism and dismissive negativity. This requires a keen sense of self-awareness and a strong sense of self-worth. Now, how do you accomplish this without succumbing to bitterness or resentment? How do you rise above the sting of indifference and maintain a positive outlook? The answer lies in redirecting your focus inward, towards your own life, your own goals, and your own happiness. Engage in activities that enrich your being, that nourish your soul. Read books that inspire you, practice sports that challenge you, learn new skills that expand your horizons, or spend time with people who genuinely value you. Imagine you're an artist showcasing your work at a local gallery. You pour your heart and soul into each piece, painstakingly crafting each detail with passion and precision. But on opening night, few people stop to admire your work. Some glance briefly, then move on. Others seem completely oblivious, their attention focused elsewhere. It would be easy to feel discouraged, to question your talent, to wonder if your work is truly worth anything. But instead of succumbing to these negative thoughts, you choose to focus on the joy of creation itself. You remember the hours you spent lost in the process, the satisfaction of bringing your vision to life, the personal growth you experienced along the way. You understand that the value of your work isn't determined by the number of people who admire it, but by the passion and dedication you poured into it. The indifference of others doesn't diminish the value of your art, it simply highlights their own limitations, their own inability to appreciate its beauty and its meaning. This isn't merely about surviving rejection, it's about thriving despite it. It's about cultivating emotional maturity and inner strength, reinforcing the notion that your value isn't contingent upon someone else's recognition. This is about building a fortress of self-respect, a shield against the arrows of indifference. It's about creating a life so rich and fulfilling that the opinions of those who choose to ignore you simply fade into the background noise. And more than just feeling better about yourself, you need to continue growing and developing. To reach your potential, you need to learn new things and improve on areas of weakness. This is an ongoing process, but it is essential for living a fulfilling life. Rejection is an emotional Molotov cocktail. It can ignite a fiery blast of anger, sadness, frustration, and self-doubt. Reacting impulsively to these emotions is like throwing fuel on the fire, exacerbating the pain and potentially leading to regrettable actions. Stoicism offers a different approach: embrace composure, resist the urge to lash out or seek validation, and instead, cultivate a calm and thoughtful response. This isn't about suppressing your emotions, about pretending that you don't feel the sting of rejection. Emotions are a natural and essential part of the human experience. Denying them is like trying to hold your breath indefinitely, eventually, you'll suffocate. Instead, it's about mastering your emotions, about understanding their origins and learning to control their expression. It's about choosing your response, rather than being dictated by your feelings. Imagine you're at a job interview, your dream job. You've prepared meticulously, researched the company thoroughly, and rehearsed your answers to every conceivable question. You feel confident, prepared, and eager to impress. But during the interview, the hiring manager seems disinterested, distracted, and even dismissive. They barely make eye contact, interrupt you frequently, and seem eager to end the interview as quickly as possible. You leave feeling deflated, rejected, and angry. Your first instinct might be to fire off an angry email to the hiring manager, expressing your frustration and questioning their professionalism. Or you might retreat into self-pity, convinced that you're simply not good enough, that you'll never find a job you love. Instead, take a step back and introspect. Ask yourself, why am I feeling so angry? Is it because I genuinely believe I was treated unfairly? Or is it because my ego has been bruised, because my sense of self-worth has been challenged? Often, it's not the rejection itself that wounds us the most, but our own insecurities, our own fears of failure and inadequacy. By understanding the root causes of our emotions, we can begin to detach from them, to observe them without being consumed by them. This isn't passivity, it's emotional mastery. It's about recognizing that your self-worth isn't contingent upon external approval, but rather on how you choose to respond to rejection. It's about maintaining your composure, your dignity, and your sense of self-respect, even when faced with disappointment and disrespect. Learning to master calmness in the face of rejection isn't just about coping, it's about thriving. It's a journey towards self-confidence, where external validation holds no sway. By embodying this mindset, you exude strength and resilience, qualities inherently attractive to others. Rejection can be a mental parasite, burrowing into your thoughts and consuming your attention. It replays endlessly in your mind, each repetition reinforcing feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Mastering the art of detachment is like administering an antidote, neutralizing the poison of rejection and freeing your mind to pursue new opportunities. Acknowledge the rejection's impact, allowing yourself to feel the emotions that arise, but don't allow it to consume your thoughts. Rather than viewing rejection as a roadblock, perceive it as a detour sign, guiding you toward new opportunities. This shift in perspective requires a conscious effort to reframe your thinking, to see the potential for growth and learning in every setback. Channel the energy that was once consumed by dwelling on the rejection into transformative action. Navigate rough seas with skill and grace, using the challenges you face as opportunities to hone your abilities and strengthen your resolve. Imagine you're a writer who has just received a rejection letter from a publisher for your latest novel. You've poured years of your life into this book, crafting each sentence with care and attention. The rejection feels like a personal blow, a sign that your work isn't good enough, that your dreams of becoming a published author are doomed to fail. Your initial reaction might be to wallow in despair, to abandon your writing altogether, and to convince yourself that you're simply not cut out for this profession. But instead of succumbing to these negative thoughts, you decide to embrace the art of detachment. You acknowledge the pain of rejection, allowing yourself to feel the disappointment and frustration, but you refuse to let it consume you. You understand that the rejection letter is simply one person's opinion, one data point in a vast landscape of possibilities. It doesn't define your worth as a writer, nor does it determine your future success. You decide to channel your energy into revising your novel, seeking feedback from other writers, and exploring new publishing avenues. You view the rejection not as a roadblock, but as a detour sign, guiding you towards a potentially better path. The experience becomes an opportunity to refine your craft, to strengthen your resolve, and to discover new aspects of your own creativity. Instead of dwelling on the negative, you focus on the positive, on the growth and learning that has emerged from the setback. Cultivate a circle of positivity, surrounding yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you. Seek out friends, family members, mentors, and colleagues who believe in your potential and support your dreams. Their encouragement and guidance can provide a valuable buffer against the negativity of rejection, reminding you of your worth and helping you stay focused on your goals. Such interactions foster mutual growth, reaffirming that rejection doesn't define your worth, but serves as an invitation to rediscover and reinvent yourself. This is the power of resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, not merely intact, but stronger and more determined than before. Rejection often comes disguised as being sidelined, overlooked, or simply ignored. You're passed over for a promotion, your ideas are dismissed in meetings, or your contributions are simply not acknowledged. This can feel deeply demoralizing, leading to feelings of resentment, frustration, and a sense of being undervalued. Instead of succumbing to the weight of rejection, view it as an opportunity to showcase your resilience and demonstrate your true value. When sidelined or overlooked, redirect your energy toward constructive action. Identify your strengths, hone your skills, and seek out opportunities to showcase your talents. Start your own projects, volunteer your expertise, or create something new that demonstrates your abilities and your passion. Undeterred by others' oversight, recognize that rejection isn't a reflection of your worth, but a redirection toward opportunities that align more closely with your talents and passions. Embrace setbacks as setups for comebacks, weaving a success story defined by perseverance and determination. Imagine you're a software engineer working on a team project. You have a brilliant idea for improving the project's functionality, but your team leader dismisses it without giving it proper consideration. You feel frustrated and undervalued, as if your contributions are not appreciated. Instead of allowing this rejection to discourage you, you decide to view it as an opportunity to demonstrate your value. You start working on a prototype of your idea in your own time, developing a functional model that showcases its potential benefits. You present your prototype to other members of the team, demonstrating its improved efficiency and user-friendliness. Your passion and dedication impress your colleagues, who rally behind your idea and convince the team leader to give it a second look. Eventually, your prototype is incorporated into the project, significantly improving its overall performance. By taking initiative and demonstrating your value through action, you transformed a moment of rejection into an opportunity to shine. This isn't just about proving others wrong, it's about proving yourself right. It's about reaffirming your belief in your own abilities and demonstrating your unwavering commitment to your goals. Rejection often triggers a desperate urge to reconnect, to seek validation, or to plead your case. You want to explain yourself, to defend your actions, or to convince the other person to change their mind. But sometimes, the most powerful response is silence. In the face of rejection, silence becomes a potent tool in your emotional arsenal. Rather than succumbing to the urge to reach out or reconcile, embrace the power of silence. View this period of no contact as a strategic reset, reaffirming your self-worth and prioritizing your mental peace. By maintaining emotional distance, you assert your value and resilience, signaling that your well-being isn't contingent upon external validation. Your silence isn't passive, it's an active declaration of self-respect and self-assurance. While it may not elicit a change in others' behavior, it catalyzes profound transformation within yourself, fortifying your resolve and preparing you for whatever challenges lie ahead. Imagine you've just been dumped by your partner. You're heartbroken, confused, and desperate to win them back. Your first instinct might be to bombard them with texts, calls, and emails, pleading for another chance. You want to explain your mistakes, to promise to change, and to convince them that you're meant to be together. But instead of succumbing to this urge, you decide to embrace the power of silence. You cut off all contact with your ex-partner, resisting the temptation to reach out or respond to their messages. You understand that pursuing them will only diminish your self-worth and prolong the pain of rejection. This isn't about playing games or trying to manipulate your ex-partner into changing their mind. It's about prioritizing your own healing and well-being. You use the time apart to focus on yourself, to rediscover your passions, and to build a stronger sense of self-reliance. You engage in activities that bring you joy, spend time with supportive friends and family, and seek therapy to process your emotions in a healthy way. Eventually, you realize that you're better off without your ex-partner, that you deserve someone who values and appreciates you for who you are. By embracing the power of silence, you transformed a moment of heartbreak into an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. Rejection often comes with a side of doubt, both from others and from yourself. People may tell you that you're not good enough, that your goals are unrealistic, or that you're simply wasting your time. These doubts can be insidious, undermining your confidence and eroding your motivation. The art of leveraging rejection isn't merely about disproving others' doubts, but reaffirming your own potential. Transform no into fuel for growth, committing yourself to surpassing perceived limitations. Devote yourself to honing your skills and capabilities, not for external validation, but for personal fulfillment. Let your actions speak volumes, silently demonstrating your competence and determination. While you need not announce your progress, let your achievements speak for themselves. Imagine you're an entrepreneur who has been turned down by numerous investors for your startup idea. They tell you that your concept is too risky, that the market is too saturated, or that you simply don't have the experience to succeed. These rejections could easily crush your spirit, leading you to abandon your dream altogether. But instead of giving up, you decide to use these rejections as fuel for growth. You commit yourself to refining your business plan, improving your pitch, and building a strong team of advisors. You work tirelessly to validate your idea, conducting market research, developing a prototype, and securing early customers. You pour your heart and soul into your startup, demonstrating your unwavering belief in its potential. Eventually, your hard work pays off. You secure funding from a venture capitalist who is impressed by your passion, your dedication, and your proven track record. Your startup takes off, becoming a successful and innovative company that disrupts the industry. By transforming no into fuel for growth, you not only proved your doubters wrong, but you also reaffirmed your own potential. Your journey of self-improvement isn't a battle against others' perceptions, but a testament to your unwavering commitment to excellence. By redefining your self-image and understanding your true capabilities, you emerge from rejection stronger and more self-assured than ever before. Rejection can cast a dark cloud over your life, making it difficult to find joy or pleasure in anything. You may feel tempted to retreat into isolation, to wallow in self-pity, and to avoid any activities that might remind you of your pain. Amidst rejection, embracing joy becomes a radical act of resilience. Rather than retreating into isolation, deliberately seek out experiences that bring you happiness and fulfillment. Challenge the notion that rejection should dampen your spirits by actively pursuing moments of joy and connection. Engage in activities that ignite your passion and foster meaningful connections with others. Embrace the unknown, viewing rejection not as a closed door, but an invitation to explore new horizons. Each new experience enriches your life, reinforcing the resilience and adaptability that define your journey. Imagine you're a musician who has just been dropped by your record label. You feel devastated, as if your dreams of becoming a successful recording artist have been shattered. You may be tempted to quit music altogether, to abandon your passion, and to retreat into a life of quiet desperation. But instead of succumbing to these negative thoughts, you decide to embrace joy as a radical act of resilience. You start playing music again, not for fame or fortune, but for the pure pleasure of creating. You join a local band, jamming with other musicians, and rediscovering your love of performing. You start writing new songs, exploring new musical styles, and pushing the boundaries of your creativity. You find joy in the process of creation, regardless of whether anyone else appreciates your work. Through shared laughter and shared experiences, you rediscover your place in the world, reaffirming that rejection is but a fleeting obstacle on the path to greater fulfillment. Rejection can leave you feeling isolated and disconnected, as if you're an outsider looking in. You may feel tempted to withdraw from social interactions, to avoid putting yourself in situations where you might face further rejection. Stoicism teaches us to turn rejection into an opportunity for personal growth and community engagement. Instead of seeking validation, focus on self-improvement and meaningful connections with others. View activities like physical fitness and community involvement as opportunities to enhance your well-being and contribute to the greater good. Cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and shared values, weaving a tapestry of meaningful connections. Your journey toward self-discovery isn't about climbing a social ladder, but ascending your own path toward personal excellence. Imagine you're a recent graduate who is struggling to find a job in your field. You've sent out countless resumes, attended numerous interviews, and faced a string of rejections. You may feel tempted to give up, to lower your expectations, and to settle for a job that you don't truly enjoy. But instead of succumbing to despair, you decide to use this rejection as an opportunity to build your social status. You join a professional organization, attending networking events, and connecting with other people in your industry. You volunteer your time and skills to a local charity, making new friends, and contributing to a worthy cause. You start working out at a gym, improving your physical health, and meeting like-minded individuals. Your journey toward self-discovery isn't about climbing a social ladder, but ascending your own path toward personal excellence. In the face of indifference, the most powerful response is often one of quiet strength. Rather than expending energy on those who overlook you, redirect your focus toward those who value your presence. Maintain professionalism and civility in unavoidable interactions, but refrain from investing emotional energy in one-sided relationships. By prioritizing your well-being and pursuing meaningful connections, you signal that your time and attention are valuable commodities. Choosing not to engage in futile endeavors isn't a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of self-respect and discernment. Embrace the power of walking away, recognizing that your energy is better spent on relationships and endeavors that nurture your growth and fulfillment. Imagine you're working in a toxic workplace where your colleagues consistently ignore your ideas, dismiss your contributions, and exclude you from important meetings. You may feel tempted to confront them, to demand their respect, and to try to force them to acknowledge your worth. But instead of engaging in this futile battle, you decide to act as if they don't exist. You focus on your own work, delivering high-quality results, and maintaining a professional demeanor. You seek out mentors and allies within the company who value your contributions and support your growth. You spend your free time pursuing activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, building a strong support system outside of work. Eventually, you realize that the opinions of your toxic colleagues no longer matter. You've built a life that is rich and fulfilling, regardless of their indifference. Opting for silence in the face of indifference is a testament to your dignity and self-respect. Rather than seeking validation or retaliation, choose to preserve your inner peace through deliberate introspection and emotional mastery. Embrace moments of silence as opportunities for self-reflection and personal growth. Use this time to reaffirm your values, strengthen your character, and align your actions with your principles. Silence isn't a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of inner strength and composure. By choosing not to respond, you assert your autonomy and refuse to be drawn into fruitless exchanges. Ultimately, silence becomes a powerful tool for maintaining emotional equilibrium and fostering authentic self-expression. Imagine you're engaged in a heated argument with a family member who refuses to listen to your perspective and constantly dismisses your feelings. You may feel tempted to escalate the argument, to raise your voice, and to try to force them to understand your point of view. But instead of engaging in this unproductive cycle, you decide to give them the silent treatment. You calmly disengage from the conversation, explaining that you need some time to cool down and reflect. You use this time to examine your own emotions, to understand your triggers, and to identify your needs. You reaffirm your values, reminding yourself that respect, compassion, and understanding are essential for healthy relationships. Stoicism teaches us to anchor ourselves in our own self-worth, independent of others' perceptions. Rather than seeking validation through external approval, cultivate a sense of inner fulfillment through personal growth and self-discovery. Engage in activities that resonate with your passions and values, prioritizing authenticity over fleeting attention. Your journey of self-improvement isn't about proving others wrong, but embracing your unique strengths and aspirations. Resist the temptation to perform for others' approval, recognizing that true confidence arises from within. Imagine you're an artist who is constantly seeking recognition for your work on social media. You spend hours crafting the perfect posts, editing your photos, and engaging with your followers. You become obsessed with likes, comments, and shares, measuring your worth by the amount of attention you receive. But you quickly realize that this pursuit of external validation is empty and unfulfilling. You're constantly chasing a fleeting sense of approval, never truly satisfied with what you have. Instead of begging for attention, you decide to anchor your self-worth in inner fulfillment. You focus on creating art that is meaningful to you, regardless of whether anyone else appreciates it. You stop obsessing over social media, limiting your time online, and disconnecting from the constant need for validation. You find joy in the process of creation, celebrating your own unique vision, and trusting in your own artistic voice. In navigating indifference, choose kindness as a guiding principle, while maintaining emotional boundaries. Treat others with respect and compassion, even in the face of disregard, but guard your inner peace and emotional well-being. Embrace emotional distance as a means of self-preservation and integrity, refusing to be defined by others' actions or attitudes. By extending kindness without expectation, you demonstrate strength of character and self-assurance. Remember that emotional distance isn't synonymous with detachment or apathy, but a conscious choice to prioritize your mental and emotional health. It's a delicate balance of empathy and self-preservation, rooted in the wisdom of Stoic principles. Imagine you're working with a colleague who is consistently negative, critical, and emotionally draining. They constantly complain, gossip, and undermine your efforts, creating a toxic work environment. You feel tempted to engage in their negativity, to argue with them, or to try to change their behavior. But you realize that this will only drain your energy and compromise your own well-being. Instead, you decide to be kind but emotionally distant. You treat your colleague with respect and professionalism, but you avoid engaging in their negativity. You set clear boundaries, limiting your interactions with them, and refusing to participate in their gossip. You focus on your own work, maintaining a positive attitude, and seeking support from other colleagues. By extending kindness without expectation, you demonstrate strength of character and self-assurance. Remember that emotional distance isn't synonymous with detachment or apathy, but a conscious choice to prioritize your mental and emotional health. Resist the urge to broadcast your struggles or seek validation through external acknowledgement. Instead, maintain your composure and dignity in the face of adversity, embodying the principles of Stoic resilience. Acknowledge your emotions without allowing them to dictate your behavior or undermine your self-confidence. By navigating rejection with grace and poise, you affirm your inner strength and resilience. Embrace the Stoic philosophy of emotional resilience, recognizing that true power lies in maintaining integrity and self-respect amidst life's challenges. Your response to rejection is a reflection of your inner fortitude and unwavering commitment to personal growth. Imagine you're going through a difficult personal crisis, such as a divorce, a job loss, or a serious illness. You may feel tempted to share your struggles with everyone you know, seeking sympathy, advice, and support. But you realize that constantly talking about your problems can actually make you feel worse, reinforcing your negative emotions, and attracting unwanted attention. Instead, you decide to not reveal your struggle to everyone. You acknowledge your emotions, allowing yourself to feel the pain and sadness, but you avoid dwelling on them or broadcasting them to the world. You maintain your composure, continuing to show up for work, fulfilling your responsibilities, and treating others with kindness. You seek support from trusted friends, family members, or a therapist, but you avoid seeking validation or sympathy from casual acquaintances. The Stoics also knew that rejection was a part of life. They practiced and prepared and knew that this is a potential outcome. A Stoic is never naive to hope for things that are outside of their control. They have rehearsed mentally the worst-case scenario, saw how a situation can unfold contrary to their expectations, and are at peace with whatever happens. This then is the momentary response to a situation, not surprised by it, not too emotionally agitated. For instance, Seneca would begin each day by reviewing or rehearsing his plans, say to take a trip, and then in his head he would go over the things that could go wrong or prevent it from happening. A storm could arise, the captain could fall ill, the ship could be attacked by pirates. Nothing happens to the wise man against his expectation, he wrote to a friend, nor do all things turn out for him as he wished but as he reckoned, and above all he reckoned that something could block his plans. By doing this exercise, Seneca was always prepared for disruption and always working that disruption into his plans. He was fitted for defeat or victory, and let's be honest, a pleasant surprise is a lot better than an unpleasant one. In conclusion, the art of leveraging rejection is a journey of self-discovery and resilience. It's about learning to navigate the inevitable storms of life with grace, courage, and unwavering self-belief. Guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we've explored 13 profound lessons designed to help you transform rejection from a crippling blow into a springboard for success. By embracing rejection as a catalyst for growth, you transform setbacks into opportunities and emerge stronger, wiser, and more self-assured. Remember, the sting of rejection is temporary, but the lessons you learn from it are eternal. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back from pursuing your dreams. Embrace the challenges that come your way, knowing that each setback is an opportunity to grow and evolve. So, go forth and embrace the inevitable rejections that life throws your way. Learn from them, grow from them, and use them to fuel your journey towards greatness. Remember, your value isn't determined by external validation, but by your own intrinsic worth, your commitment to your goals, and your unwavering belief in your own potential. Stay stoic and keep striving.